Fredericksburg has tons of history. Sherry and I have our timeless tickets and are setting off on some Fredericksburg adventures. Today's adventure is to Ferry Farm. This is where George Washington's boyhood home was located. So out of all the years that I've lived here in Fredericksburg, I've only been to Ferry Farm once when I first came here, and it was a very different tour than we're about to take today.
I think I've been twice, but both times I was in elementary school. I grew up in Stafford, so we had to come here for field trips, but it was very different. There was no house. So.
And now there's a house.
Now there's a house.
Ferry Farm sits on the shores of the historic Rappahannock River, which sits just across the stream from the city of Fredericksburg. So I actually knew this because I grew up in Minnesota, and there's a lot of lake homes, but the front of the house, when it's located on a river or a lake, is always the side that's facing the river or lake, not the side that you come in on. And in this case, they actually said that a lot of people were coming via the river, so that's also why the front of the house is there. But yeah, so the river goes straight to the front of the house. And this is the exact tree, the cherry tree that George Washington himself cut down.
Didn't he cut it down?
This is not the exact tree. This isn't even a cherry tree. I don't know what we're doing. Where are we right now?
This is just a tree.
Scheduled tours of the house happen throughout the day. So one of the unique things that we had a chance to do this time around is tour George Washington, a replica of George Washington's boyhood home, which is something that's relatively new.
2018, I think.
I believe that's when they opened it to the public.
Less than 3 years.
Yep,
yeah.
And they had a foundation. They built it right on the foundation. They knew where that was. They found that. Actually,
it took a long time, though.
Yeah, very recently in consideration, but we weren't allowed to do videos in there, so I'll show you a few snapshots that we were allowed to take. They did say we could take photos, just no video.
Yeah.
And the tour is guided here, but the rest of it is all self-guided, so we'll be walking around kind of showing you our stuff.
One thing that was always amazing me is how small the beds are. To think of like 2 adults sleeping in that size bed.
Although that room did have 2 beds, so maybe one was where George had to sleep when he was in the doghouse. Think that's the way it works?
Not George.
So it's the other way around?
Wait, no, George was the son.
Oh, that's right. So it would be his dad. So George's dad was in the doghouse. That's right.
Yes.
You're right. That would be disgusting if George and Mary were married. Is that the cherry tree? I almost slapped you in the face when I did that. Is that the cherry tree? So another one of the famous George Washington legends is that he at one point threw a silver dollar across the Potomac River. But there's no way anybody could have done that. I mean, the Potomac River is too big. There's no way anybody could have done that. You think it would have been the Rappahannock River?
Are there no small parts of the Potomac River?
Not around here.
Maybe.
So,
I thought it was
myth
Potomac,
busted.
But, yeah.
I didn't do any actual legwork on that. I just said
you just
it's
decided
too
to
big.
start talking.
It's and 90% of the stuff that comes out of my mouth, I spew out as fact. But I do it with a serious face.
Yes, that's he's famous for that.
Really good at it. Interesting fact, did you know that George Washington grew up to be 6'2"? So, stay 1 George apart. I'm 6'2". I could be president. Is that a cherry tree? No. What about that one?
Probably not.
Any of these cherry trees?
No. Where are the cherry trees?
Where are the cherry trees? I just found the cherry tree. Actually, it looks like that might have been a chainsaw. Rumor has it that the actual wood chopped down from the cherry tree was used in the building of this fence. Okay, I'm done with cherry tree jokes. That's it.
Are you done?
I am done. I am done. So the best way to do Fredericksburg is to get these tickets. They're $32 a piece. You're going to be able to go to all of the different places here. They punch it and it never expires.
They're called the timeless ticket.
Yeah, so you can go to one location a day, or you can go to one location a month, or one location a year, and they'll just stamp it.
Or
and then
you can do all of them in one day.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely get these. They're worth it. All right, so that wraps up our Ferry Farm tour here at George Washington's Boyhood home. Very fun tour, informative. There's self-guided parts, and there's definitely there's a tour that is guided as well. So we got a little bit of both. Very nice afternoon to come out here and hang out.
Oh yeah,
so.
Gorgeous.
And don't make any cherry tree jokes; they don't appreciate it. So, all right, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure that you click that like button and subscribe if you like the content. My name is Clint.
I'm Sherry.
We're the Novaks, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Bye!
Next time we'll have to do Mount Vernon.
Ooh. That Hamilton song just popped into my head now.
Yeah.
I'll never.
I'm from Virginia, so watch your mouth.